welcome to this week's Monday Minutes. My name is Kelly.
And my name is Jessie, and this week we are talking to you about another feature that you will see coming to the 2311/2405 upgrades in August. And this feature ties into the Electronic Resource Management module. A new feature is added so you can track usage statistics. And this is a great way that you can bring in reports from your vendors and or providers for databases or electronic journals. Now, there's two ways that you can bring data in. The first is via Sushi, and Sushi is the standardized usage statistics harvesting initiative, which allows you to essentially pull in directly from the vendor itself. The second is to manually upload Counter 5 reports, and so we'll show you both of those. First, we'll start on the Koha staff side, and we'll jump right into the Electronic Resource Management module. So in the past, you've seen us cover agreements, licenses, and e-holdings. Now we have a new one called e-usage. So if we come over here to data providers, this is the first tab you'll see. This is where you're going to set your vendors up within the system. So you can see we have a couple examples in here. One is Gale, which we set up through the system that's connected via Sushi. And then the second is one we've created manually. So when you're creating a new provider, you'll see an option up top, which allows you to just start typing in an entry. So if I type in, let's say, EBSCO, that'll populate and look to see if EBSCO is a Sushi provider. Once I select that, that will automatically pull in the credentials for EBSCO's Sushi authentication. The last thing that the staff will have to enter in will be the customer ID, requester ID, and then any API key. And again, you'll get that directly from your vendor itself.
And it's helpful, Jessie, as we've worked with, Sushi Connections before, that credential information on the right is really helpful to say, your customer ID is this, your requester ID is this. So if you are confused, like, what information do I need? It's going to give you that on the right-hand side.
100%. Now, up top, you can also select multiple report types that you're pulling in. So whether they're database reports, journals, or book, you can select those in the system. Once you have those set, you'll hit submit and add that in. Now, the other way to add a data provider is to create it manually. So this would be a non-Sushi vendor that you want to add within the system. So then you'll notice here, the only required fields would be the data provider name and then the type of data that you are creating within the system. Once you have your data providers created, the second step will be to create a report. So we'll start on the Create Report tab. This allows you to come in and select how you want to create a report. So whether it's by month or year or data provider totals. And then as we go through, you can see this is where we're going to select them. So it will only show you the vendors that you have created in the data providers tab. And then again, as we go through, we can choose the reports that we want to run against, any type of metrics, a start and an end period. And then as we get down, this is where we're going to customize how the report is pulling in that data. So do we want to pull in by publisher, platform, ISSN? And then the last thing we'll select is how we want to display the data filter by 12 columns, which would take us through a fiscal year, or of course, for every month that it's selected. Now, you can save this report. So if this is something that you're going to run monthly or annually, you definitely want to give it a report name, save the report. Once you save it, you can hit that submit button, and then that will run that report within the system. Once the report is saved, it will be populated in your saved reports library. So just like we have in our reports library, this is our usage statistics reports. So we'll have a drop down here where we can select our report, hit submit, and then that will run the report and show us our data within the system. Okay, Kelly, so let's talk about the two things that we need to ensure in order to gain access and start using the e-usage module within the ERM.
If you are going to set up a Sushi connection with a vendor and you set it, when we're in the data providers, there's one that says harvester active or not active. You want for Koha to know you're looking for the data, for that to be sent out, to receive the data back, you will need to have a cron job turned on. So if you are a partner of Bywaters, just send us a ticket and let us know that you want to turn that on, and then that will start that cron job to actually go out to that provider and get those reports that you're requesting through that Sushi connection.
Perfect. And what about permissions?
Yep. So for permissions that you are going to need your ERM permissions to be able to do these e-usage reports as well. So just be aware that there are permissions with the electronic resource management module to begin with, and we want to just make sure that those are activated for the people that are using this feature.
All right, perfect. So another great feature added into the ERM. Koha is just exploding, and we can't wait to show you more.
I know, so exciting. Thanks, Jessie. Have a great week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.